Hey guys, I wanted to do a flip through. I kind of finished another art journal, which is super fast for me. I think my groove is just using watercolor paper journals and lots of watercolor because that's what I love, and it yeah, that's my medium of choice at the moment. So I do want to do the cover at some point. This is my second Jane Davenport journal, and I have a flip through of my first one, which is this. You can see the cover is a little bit kind of painted abstract messiness. And yeah, I finished the second one really fast. So some of the pages here are not completely finished, and that's okay. And also some of this have been in my online classes. Of course, I'm just going to show you the finished project, but if you want the full tutorial and the class, then check out the links in the description box. And also there are things here that will almost positively be in future classes. So let's get started. This Jane Davenport journal is a 9x12. I really love that size, and I think for now I'm gonna stick to, I have another Jane journal, my last one. I think I have another one, and when I'm done with that one, I'll probably go back to the Stillman and Byrne journals because they have an A4 size, which is similar to a 9x12. Anyway, so yeah, this is from my Color in Your Art class, this one too. So some things here are also with paint, but because in that class I do use a lot of paint, and but most of it is watercolor. So this was a failed attempt at something, and yeah, maybe I'll go back one day and paint. It's sometimes a lot more fun to use something that is already there and not start from a blank page. This was a bonus class in my Color in Your Art class, and it's just a mess turned, I don't know, floral garden, and I really love how this turned out. And yeah, this one is also in the class, and this one is also in the class. And then I was into some florals, and I actually used here a technique that I'm pretty excited about, and hopefully I can show it in a class. So really just messing around. These were kind of days without a lot of mojo. I just wanted to put some paint on paper, and this is what came out. So lots of experimenting, and I can't say I really love anything here. This one I kind of like. It's very different, and you see the whole thing is kind of minimal, but this figure really reminds me of like the silent film stars in Hollywood, like the 20s. I don't know why. I think maybe it's the eyebrows and the hairstyle, but you can see it's very, very pale and very minimalistic, and all just done with watercolors, and I kind of like it. And this, on the other hand, is, way too like overworked in my opinion. So it's just a lot more kind of polished, and to be honest, I connect more to kind of raw, sketchy images, and as opposed to like very detailed, perfect. Just my personal thing, there's no right or wrong here. I do like all these like corally colors. I think I used, yeah, I'm pretty sure I used some of the here, the P.H. Martin Radiant Concentrated Watercolors, and the colors are just, yeah, really radiant. You can totally see the difference, how vibrant they are as opposed to, my regular watercolors. So again, messing around. This was playing with some stamps and watercolor. That was actually fun. And this I have a process video on my channel. It was a lot of fun to make. It was inspired by a video I saw on YouTube, and you can, I talk about that in the video. This was just experimenting. For this I also have a process video. I used here and also here masking fluid, and this was really, really fun to make. And then this was kind of working on all kinds of ideas for another watercolor class. So I'm not going to stick around too much, just show you stuff that I'm considering. For this I also have a process video. This is playing with some James Burke stamps and the Odyssey watercolor set from Prima. So there's a video for that if you want to check that out. And this was an art journal page I made for shimmers, so there's also a video for this one. This is again playing around, and yeah, and then I kind of got into these, I don't know, watercolor portraits and some more ideas for class. Kind of brainstorming here. This is nothing. And then these, like, next 2.5 pages I made in the last couple of days. And yeah, I've been feeling kind of like I want to make these portraits, but I don't want to, I don't know, I don't want to worry if they're like pretty or worry too much about the details. So I just went with it, and I'm kind of loving what I came up with, if I do say so myself. So it's very raw. I think that's the word I would use for it. I think this one's my favorite of these 4 girls. And then actually this one I kind of went back to and added more layers and more drama, and I kind of like how that looks too. It was a lot lighter and more subtle. And yeah, all of these I made in the last days. And then I kind of like also the idea, I did it here also, of having one side with like a portrait, and then really playing around on the other side just with colors and textures. And yeah, I mean, just look what these watercolors do, right? It's like they just need to be put on paper and left alone. Yeah, so here I used also, I don't know why, I had these on my desk, the Jane Davenport tapes. So I used a bunch of them. I don't think they make sense here at all, but this is not about making sense. It's about playing. And yeah, and then this I did yesterday, and this is the last page of my journal. So I hope you enjoyed and feel inspired, and I'm excited to start a new one. Thanks for watching.